Producers, listen up. FL Studio has a brand new feature that's gonna help you never run into beat block ever again. It's called Loop Starter. But is it actually worth the hype, or is it just simply another feature that you're just gonna bypass and never use in your beat making process? Well, they put together a video, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at it and react to it, and let's see if it's actually worth our time. So without further ado, let's get into it.
The Loop Starter. This is a great place to kick things off. Let's go through it. To use the Loop Starter, go to the channel rack and hit this icon. Choose your genre. Let's go for some techno. And the Loop Starter will load loops that work together and match the genre. You can re-roll individual sounds or replace everything with the die icon here at the top. You can switch genre at any time. Let's try some hip-hop. It's also possible to lock in on sounds. Take a look at this percussion. I'll mute the other ones by clicking them. I like this and want to keep it. So we can right-click its die and press locked. Now it will stay even if we use the global reroll die.
And it's actually pretty funny that they stopped there, because I was just thinking with this specific feature, I may not want all the elements to have the loops. Maybe I just want one specific section to have the loops. And more specifically, let's say we're cooking up like something like a trap beat, and we're so used to using the same two-step hi-hat pattern. Instead of doing that, we can use this feature to try something different. Maybe ethnic percussion loops. Maybe we can try drill loops. Just doing something that mixes what we normally do when we make beats with something that we just usually wouldn't select, which in my personal opinion doesn't really come until I actually collaborate with other producers on beats. But with this feature, we could hit a button, see what it comes up with, and see if we like it or not. So to be honest, I'm really digging this so far.
I like this and want to keep it. So we can right-click its die and press locked. Now it will stay even if we use the global reroll die. Below the loops, the Loop Starter also generates fitting drum samples for the genre you choose. So these are some nice hip-hop drums. Let's mute the other drum loops, and we can create a new drum beat with the one-shots. If you're working with a genre where you don't really know where to place the steps, let's generate some drill here. You can right-click the samples and hit Generate Steps. And it will generate a fitting pattern for that genre and that sound. Through the global die, you can also choose to generate steps for all channels. The Loop Starter also allows for exploration.
Okay, I'm digging this feature even more now. I like that we're not stuck to just those pre-made loops. It also has those individual hits, so we're not stuck with an entire loop. We can just get, maybe let's just say we get the kick pattern from a drill track and maybe the snare pattern from an Afrobeat track. We decide to kind of blend both worlds together. You know, usually, especially me as a producer, I'm a bit older than a lot of the viewers of this content. Probably, not totally sure, but probably. Usually we view a lot of this stuff as cheating or as kind of being lazy, but for some reason I'm just feeling this. I don't know, is it just me, guys? For some reason I'm just feeling this, because we can make something like 80% there, then we can use this feature to just totally take it left field, or maybe even do an outro, maybe even do an intro, just something in the process that's just breaking our usual mode, that's going to keep us inspired in the entire process. And this is not like using some type of AI generated, at least from what I know so far, it's not using any type of AI generated stuff. It's still real. It's still, you know, it's still us. It still has our essence, but it's just almost pushing us out of our comfort zone, which I really like. So let's continue to watch this video and see what else this feature has.
If you find a sound that matches the style you want, but that isn't quite right, maybe this top loop here for example, listen. You can right-click it and press Find Similar Samples, and FL Studio will locate samples that are alike. Drag it in to replace, And listen. We can also play around with our sounds in the loop starter. Let's open the menu for the chords here. And here we can pitch it down a bit. The loop starter is a quick way to get inspired. Maybe you now want to add a melody. Load a plugin through the plus icon. I'll go for the Capture XO here. Right click and open the piano roll and try a melody with your loops. Now where do we go with this? Once you have something you like in the loop starter, you can use this icon to send it to the playlist. Here you can start arranging the song.
Guys, you know what I'm thinking about this feature so far? This loop starter feature really feels like a more integrated version of Splice loops, as opposed to going through Splice and going through and clicking the different options in the interface. Even though I do know that there is a VST that you can use inside of your DAW, this just seems a bit more seamless. It seems like things are just kind of naturally flowing together. It's like I don't feel like I'm missing a step or that I have to kind of get out of my zone to find another piece of inspiration. The way this is working so far, it's just everything just seems to flow like it's just like butter. Everything is just coming together so perfectly. So, you know, man, this is exceeding my expectations so far. I didn't have any expectations. I just saw this pop up, but I'm really digging this so far, guys. So let's continue to watch the video.
Note that you can only have one loop starter active at a time. So if you want to save something but keep experimenting with the loop starter, it's a good idea to send it to the playlist. So now you know the essentials. Let's go through some more of the functions you might be wondering about. Change project tempo. Depending on the genre you choose, FL Studio will change the BPM to a fitting one for it. If you turn it off, it won't. The number here determines the pattern length. Right now it's set to 64 steps, which is 4 bars. If we set it to half, 32, it will only be 2 bars. This button toggles the step sequencer / piano roll view, so we can see our drum steps like this or like this. The icon here toggles loop mode. By default, the loop mode is set to 1 bar. This is useful since we can place our drums here at only the first bar and they will loop throughout the entire loop starter length. You can place more beats to change this loop. To be 2 bars, for example. However, if you want to add a longer melody or a bass line, you might want to turn off looping for it completely to create something longer. Then you can right-click the loop mode button and click Loop All Channels. With this, you can now turn off looping for certain sounds. Here it is turned on and turned off. Now, when you close a project where you use the loop starter, you will be asked about a whole bunch of samples. These are ones you listened to but ended up not using, so you can choose to delete them from the project if you want. And 2 common questions. Where do the sounds come from? The loop starter pulls its sounds from FL Cloud. Who can access it? It's included in every edition of FL Studio. And that's it. Have fun with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that looks like that answers just about every question that I had about the feature. Like I said, once again, it just seems like a perfect flow of Splice with the FL Studio interface, just kind of creating the perfect marriage. So I'm really excited to try this out and also excited to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments. Are you going to try this feature out? Does it feel like a waste? Or exactly where do you stand on this new feature in FL Studio? Honestly, my honest truth, I'm really digging it so far and I can't wait to jump into FL Studio and give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. My name is Desmond A, and I'll be back with more great videos. Peace.
Desmond A.